let it be alright. Take a breath, let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. 5 a.m. right now.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Well, let me start by saying thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Hello, Lucy. Hello, Lucy.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? You good?
I'm good. You know, it's with me, it's funny. When I do something that I love, I can get up at 3 a.m. and I'm fresh as a peach.
That's good. That's good. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
Oh, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm excited.
Now, I listened to you. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So, thank you for letting us, taking your time to talk to us.
Yes.
So I'll just briefly introduce myself. I'm Pali. So I'm the director of Power Ace Radio. It was owned by somebody else, and then we took it over. Emodze Omudiwa. So he is a presenter on the show, and he will be coordinating most of the interviews. So yeah.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yes, so lovely to meet you.
So should we start with well, the general question, just to say, well, where are you from?
Yeah, originally I'm from Hamburg, Germany, actually.
Oh,
born
nice,
and raised,
nice.
yes, born and raised in the beautiful northern area of Germany. You know, very, very flat, no hills, and yeah, I just love. I love it there.
Nice. So that's good. That's good. That's good. So what inspired you to start making music then?
I think it was definitely influenced through my dad, because I just grew up with music. My dad, he's not a musician himself, but he listens to a lot of music. So I grew up with like Santana, the Beatles, and Rolling Stones, and so there was always music in our household. So that was one thing. Yeah, that kind of like, I think it was that way. Kind of like the seed was planted already, yeah.
Yeah, that basically germinated your seed for you to start doing music. Okay, I hear that. So when did you start making like your first song? When did you first compose your first song? How did what inspiration did you have behind your first song you ever wrote?
It was actually a time where I was not feeling so great. I have to be honest. Yeah. I was about 13. I remember that very vividly. I didn't really like to be so much on planet Earth. I was like, what is going on? Like I just couldn't quite fit in, I felt, you know. And I remember that I was at home in my room. And then I just started singing it out. And the first song was actually super sad, but it was something that my voice just kind of like broke open through that.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, she was visiting me. So she was standing in front of the door of my room. I didn't know that. And then she heard me sing, and she was like, after that, when she came in, she was like, man, Lucy, you have a great voice, you know. And then and it slowly started to kind of just, you know, how life goes, right? I remember then. So that was my first song, and I was actually playing the saxophone in those days.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's how I started. And when in a school band, and then our singer, you know, she finished school and we needed a singer, and the guy that was the band leader asked, oh, you know, who wants to try? And I was like, I can try.
Yeah.
And then it kind of, you know, that was maybe when I was 14, 15. And then I started singing in the school band. And then always, writing mostly I wrote poetry, to be honest. I expressed a lot of my things in poetry, and then the songs, you know, those poems kind of transformed into songs.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That is good. So what normally inspires you to like start a song? How do you normally find inspiration to write a song? Is it more like you go for a walk, or you just get inspiration? How do you find inspiration to write music?
It's many times it actually comes at a moment like when I don't have anything to write down or something, you know, I'm like driving in the car, or I must, like when I'm on the, when I'm on the go a lot, like when I, like you said, when I walk, when I'm on the beach, when I, or, but even just when I'm like on the go, when I'm on an airplane, or it has something with me to do when I'm in some sort of like movement, inspiration
That's
comes.
good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
So talking about your first song, because I'm more
Yeah.
intrigued about, I started playing the saxophone, but I'm very, very at the beginning of it all.
Yeah.
So but your first song, what was it? I know you said it's,
Yeah.
when you were
It was
down,
actually just like, you know, just like a little tune, but it was basically just expressing how I was feeling, and the lyric was, I even remember it. I am so alone. My father left me on the side of the road, and my mother died in front of my eyes. And that was kind of like the thing. And my mom didn't die, but it was, what happened was that there was just some sort of conflict going on in my family. And it felt like that. It felt like I was left alone, and it felt like as if my mother had like died. You know, I mean, that sounds like very intense right now, but I was 13, so that's how it felt, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. That is it's very personal experience. So did you ever get to record that, or
No, I
that
never, even though I have to say what, you know, it's so funny when we say that, because in those days, you know, and I'm not even that old, but in those days, right now, when we have always these iPhones and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
back in the day, it was not recorded, but I was actually integrating it. I rewrote it a little bit, and I integrated it in a theater play that I was in, and the character was going through something very similar. And so the director agreed for me to sing that song. And I don't know, you know, there might be like a video, old big tape video recorded, but I don't know. I don't have anything like that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll do a lot of research and see. We just never know. We might find.
You never know. Yeah, I might have to reach out to my friends there. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So let's talk about the last tune you released. Love is the Only Way.
Yeah.
That is such a beautiful track. When I listened to it, I just felt
Thank
like
you.
exactly.
It came from the heart.
Everybody hear it, and everybody probably know it, but you just need to hear it again, maybe just for that confirmation or reassurance. Absolutely beautiful track. So what
Thank you.
what led you to writing those lyrics? And you know, there's writing the lyrics, there's actually putting it into a tone, the beat behind it. There is a lot to go to with music. People just think, oh yeah, that lyrics or that beat. There is a lot. What inspired you to that, to the final one?
Thank you so much, first of all. Like that song is really is really very dear to my heart, because it came a little bit as a surprise, I have to say. So the chorus that existed for quite a while. I've been over the last 18 months, I've been live streaming a lot on my Facebook portal, so to speak, and throughout the whole quarantine, and then and I just could see how people were really going through so much in their lives, and somehow I've always been someone where people come to and turn to. And even in the live streams, I would then read certain comments of, just some heartaches, and where, sometimes it just knocks me over, in a way. And so that chorus kept coming, love is the only way. And then usually I would just make up lyrics throughout the live stream like on the spot, just to soothe people's soul, really, with encouraging everybody with what they're going through. And then, so my husband and I, we have also a little radio show over here in Hawaii.
Nice.
And it's at the KTUH radio at the university. And one morning we were in the studio on live on the radio, and he said to me, "Oh, Lucie, do you want to share a song?" And I had my guitar with me, and I said, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna just play Love Is the Only Way and see what comes through." And then the lyrics just came through like that, exactly the way it is. Like, I never changed a word after that. So it was basically just a moment of reflecting. And I remember what we had talked about throughout the show. It was a lot about how we as humans, we're always chasing, and we're always thinking it's in the next moment, it's in the next thing, and it's in having more, and it's in more money and more success. And in the end, I remember when that moment came, I remember it very vividly when I say, "And realize that this moment has always been enough." Oh, and there's that pause. And I remember when I went to the studio and the producer heard that pause, and he was like, "Yeah, we need that pause." And then he created, we arranged the song in a way where that pause is there, where you, for a moment, you can take that breath and you can just remember that we don't always have to keep chasing, because that's really what, in my humble opinion, brings us into a lot of trouble as humans.
So, so I get that we need to kind of live more in the moment. And basically, inspiration, the way you basically wrote the track was like what we call a Jay-Z moment. You went into the studio and just wrote down. You just freestyle to it. That's really amazing talent. Really, really amazing talent.
Yeah, that's a very good track. So I found it very calming and soothing.
Yeah, that was the intention. That was the intention behind that. Thank you so much, because I feel.
Well, thank you for bracing us with your music.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, if there's anything right now, just medicine for the soul. If we can create more of that.
Music is medicine for the soul, indeed.
Yeah.
That is it's really amazing. So another question, let's move on to the next bit, is what artists, I know you've mentioned a few where you said about growing up and the music that you listen to, but that's very diverse. But you have your own unique style. Which artist would you say, okay, this artist more influenced me more, or make me feel, oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to go more into a soulful type of music rather than party type of music, for example.
Yeah.
So who was your influence? And
my biggest influence was really Melissa Etheridge.
Okay.
So when I was such a big fan, so it was always funny because I grew up, with my dad. So it was, our house was full of, his music, and so it took me a while to what do I really like, right? And I remember very vividly when I heard was it Like the Way I Do the first time, when I was, I think, like, teenager, 15 or something. And I just really, I don't know, there was just something about that and about her voice. And so then I want to have a power voice like her, And so then I really followed her journey. And what I really loved so much was she really, for me, I could feel her where she was through her songs and through her different albums. Like, when she, she had a period where she had cancer, when she went through that and she was healing through that, like her music changed with that. And there was just something about her expressing in such beautiful, also poetic ways what she was going through, so that everyone can relate to it. That really touched me. And I think that's where I got a lot of my inspiration from her. And then I think another one also was Tori Amos. So those two were the two women that I listened to a lot. With Tori Amos, what I loved was the expression again in her vocals, like going all the way up high through the roof and then coming back down, and really just having the ability to express pain. I think, you know, that's really what fascinated me, because I could feel in my own case that I was feeling a lot of that, like meaning not physical pain, but that inner, like that
emotional
suffering of what is this life about, right? And so then having a tool to just really express that, I think that's what inspired me the most.
That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So okay, let's talk about you. Let's put music to the side. What do you like to do? What are your hobbies apart from music? Obviously, music takes a lot of time that we sometimes just get into it and think, oh yeah, that is our hobby, and you know, it's a job. But what else do you do apart from music? What do you enjoy doing?
So I love painting. Like I paint, I love painting things, like meaning I find things in nature and then I put color on them and glitter and make like little necklaces, and you know, with wires and pearls. And so I love to craft, like I love to use my hands to craft art, and just with very vibrant colors. Like there's something very therapeutic about colors. So that is one of my hobbies. Anything about the, you know, ocean. I love surfing, stand-up paddling, being outdoors. I love walking my dog. That's a big hobby of mine. And I'm a nerd. I love self-development. Like I love everything about the human psyche. I love everything about just the way we are wired, the way we can change our heart, mind, and soul. And I just love to dive into humanity's flaws and then always find the pearl in it.
Perfect. That's it. This is it. You're very positive.
So if he was to dead or alive, what would be a dream collaboration of any artist?
Ooh. Definitely. I mean, Melissa Etheridge would be amazing. And then also, I'm a very big fan of Ben Harper. And that I remember one time I had one of my first songs recorded back in Germany, you know, like professionally recorded. And maybe I was like around 19. And so Ben Harper was playing in Portugal, in Lisboa, all the way down there. And so I decided to print one of the printed like CDs. And then I traveled all the way down there to give him the CD, because I had the idea of singing a duet. I always wanted to sing Angel is his song, Waiting on an Angel. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's going to be the duet. That's what we're going to do. And so I, traveled down there. It was a big adventure. And I managed to meet somebody who was able to bring the CD backstage, but then I never know what happened. But it was very funny. It was this whole like thing. I remember I was just so excited to make it happen, and the way it all worked out, how I was able to in the end give it to somebody there backstage was a miracle. That was probably already enough, but that would be a dream collaboration.
Okay.
Nice, hopefully, well, we just never know someday. Hey,
you never know. Yeah.
So, what's in the pipeline after this project or your single you brought out? Is there any more music you're releasing, or you got
Oh yeah, I
an
have, so
EP
yes,
or an
yes. So the
album?
idea is a full album, right? So I have now it all started with the song Yes I Can last year, which
Yeah.
yeah, it came out.
Would the song "Yes I Can" is that the lead single for your album, or is this song the lead single?
Um the lead sing, that's an interesting question. It was supposed to be Yes I Can, because the idea was that it's an album that's going to really inspire you and empower you to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and keep flying.
Yeah.
But you know, if you ask me now in this moment here today, this morning, and over a year later, sometimes I feel like we don't need so much of that pushiness. You know, it's actually really love is the only way. So if we can love ourselves through
Yeah.
these difficult times, and not only ourselves but each other, which makes me kind of emotional. I feel like that's really the message here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might reconsider to make Love is the Only Way the lead single. Yeah, but there's more music coming. I have a few new songs that I'm writing right now. One that just came through over the last few days. I'm looking very, very forward to collaborating with a producer here locally. And it's basically like, this is an emergency, a call out to humanity. This is an emergency. Let's remember our divinity and rise up, you know. And I feel like that's going to be another one where just that idea of like, let's no longer keep sleeping and just, you know, be dull about life and be indifferent, and that's just shift something around where we take it back, and where we just look at each other, and in the end, I'm just gonna cry, but in the end, I feel like we all want the same, you know, and we all want to be healthy and have a healthy family. And
so would you say you're making music to empower and basically empower and heal the soul, really?
Yes, to really give people a moment. I hope when people listen to one of my songs, I think especially to Love is the Only Way, that they just take a moment, just that moment, those 3-4 minutes. And I hope it activates some form of remembering, you know, just some form of remembering their own spark, their own beauty, and the magic of this life, man. I mean, the wonder, the enchantment, you know, it's not only something that children have, you know. It's like we all have that still somewhere, and when it comes out, it's just so beautiful.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
So let's talk about where your listeners can listen, where we can listen to you. What I know you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook. Are there some that maybe we're missing out on? Maybe those gems where we can actually go and hunt for them.
The best way where you can actually find all of my music is on Bandcamp, where you can stream it, or also, you know, support me there. Also, Spotify is all of the music, not only my solo music, but also with my band, Lucie and the Perfect Wave.
So you're a band member as well.
Yeah, so there's a great variety, and my band is it's a very eclectic, interesting band. We have slack key guitar, a former metal guitar player, amazing talent. He's our lead guitarist. And then we have the stand-up bass player here from Hawaii, and the German, you know, vocalist. And the music is kind of like Joan Baez meets Pink Floyd meets Natalie Merchant, I guess. So yeah, it's a very interesting mix. Yeah.
That's
So
like a very good cocktail.
yeah, you know, it's
Tell,
yeah,
tell
so
us
that
a
is
little bit
another
more about
project.
your band. So, tell us a bit more about your band. So where can we find more information about that? This is new to me, so
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, in the end, you can find, you know, I'm a woman of many interesting musical expressions. So if you really want to find a lot, you can go to lucielynchmusic.com, Lucie with IE, lucielynchmusic.com, and there is everything there, just, you know, if you're curious. The band, Lucie and the Perfect Wave, was born, oh my goodness, I think about 7 years ago. I heard the slack key guitar player play his guitar, and I just loved, there was just something about that music. It was so different and special, and it just tickled something within me. So I asked him, I was like, could I sing to one of your songs? And you know, he was a little skeptical in the beginning. He was like, well, you don't usually sing to this kind of music. I was like, oh, I really would love to try, you know. And so he agreed. We got together, and I just improv'd on one of his tunes. And I don't know, man, it was just one of those magical moments what came through there. And what was funny was he had a friend visiting, living actually in his spare room, and that friend was listening in and was our guitar player, right? So he was listening, he was like, oh my God, that sounded so great. I want to join you guys next time. And so sure enough, you know, then we got together again, and then it was the three of us, and that's how it started, as a trio. So we had performances, and we just went and we made everything up on the spot. Like, the guitarist was just playing his tune, I was just improvising lyrics, and the metal guitarist, Nick Gertzen, amazingly talented guy, he would just do his thing on the guitar, and it was magical. And then we went into the studio, and I will never forget that the first two songs, Reunion and In the End, two songs that you find on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere, they are live channeled in the studio. Like, we never wrote anything down before, and it was just recorded.
That's amazing.
The way it is. And
I'm
still to this day, I'm still to this day, I'm like, I can't take any credit for the lyrics, because I don't know who sang that through me, but it was definitely crazy.
Oh, that's amazing. Can you still hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because well, for some reason it struck me out. It says it struck me out, but I think
I can hear you very well.
I can hear you very well as well.
Oh, that's good. So I'm still here. So yeah, no, that is really amazing. That you can't just go into the studio and just release something on the spot. Would you mind maybe doing us a little number? Could be something you have already, could be something new, a little cheekiness into one of your newer songs.
Oh, just like a little preview thingy here right now. Yeah, let me just let me quickly. What is the? Oh yeah, one song that's really very dear to my heart, and it is there is a recording about of this one somewhere, but this one is really one that I'm gonna re-record, and I think it's a very, very timely song. So how much do I do of it? Just a mini verse and then one of the choruses?
You can do as much of it as you want.
Yeah, okay. So this song it's called The Light, and it has been around for quite a while, around me, with me. But I think like it really is, yeah, it wants to really get out now. I think it's a message that wants to get out. So it goes like this. Early morning sun is rising. Birds are singing a song about a new world where fairies dance in the trees. They ride around the world on bumblebees. And the light is fading in these days. The light is fading back in. And the light that you carry inside, it ain't never gonna die. And the love that you carry inside, it will always be your guide. And it will have some sort of like a beat going on in the back, and that it's kind of like moving you forward, that it moves us all back into the light. Yeah.
Woo. Thank you very much for that, Mama. That was amazing.
Okay, 5 a.m. and we can do this. This is great.
It's the 5 a.m. That gets me. That really shows how committed and how dedicated you are to the cause. And yeah, I can only say thank you so much for coming on at just such short notice as well. And you're truly inspirational.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity. And that's really the thing. I was like, this is great that it's not like we're doing the interview in 3 weeks from now, because I'm a very now I live now, so it's always like, yeah, let's do it now, let's do it right now. We never know. And I think especially over the last 18 months, I'm always like, we don't have any time to postpone things anymore. Let's just do it,
Do it. Yeah, can do it. Let's just do it. And I think with this whole remote opportunity that we have, it's absolutely amazing. So we've got to take the positive out of what's happened. For us, you're definitely one of the positive for IS Radio. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for coming on. And we really, really hope to hear more from you. We're going to go and do a lot of research. Maybe we might find that very first track on that videotape. Maybe we might find it.
Maybe you find it, and you will love it. I also am the co-writer and performer and producer of an award-winning 2-woman show called Money Talks, but what the hell is it saying? And do some research, you're going to have a blast. This is a 2-woman show all about money and self-worth, and really inspired by the poet Rumi, who said, "We are all hunting for the diamond necklace already around our neck."
That is, wow, that's pretty. that is very great. Well, I think we might have lost Modsey.
Yeah, I know. Where did he go?
God. Well, first we are there. Thank you so much for coming to the interview, and we hope to see.
And say it. Is it Polly or Pally? Your name, Pally?
Pally.
Yeah, beautiful.
It means please always live life young.
Say that again.
It means please always live life young. So let's live in the moment, as you said.
Yes.
So, awesome.
I agree.
Thank you so much for coming, and we'll speak to you very, very
soon.
We'll
talk to you soon. And I'm looking forward to keep listening to your show and keep promoting you as well everywhere. And let's rise together, rise and shine, huh?
This is it. Thank you so much. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Aloha, this is Lucie Lynch here from Honolulu, and we are global on Power Ace Radio. Unity in music.
Power Ace Radio.